Hi guys, it's Alice and welcome to yet another vlog. So how is everyone doing? I am on my second to last day in quarantine. Although by the time you see this, I will be out of it, which will be good. So I'll be going back to work a little bit and yeah, it'll be nice to maybe not go outside that much, but have the option of going outside and have the ability to be able to like go to the grocery store and stuff. Although I will obviously be staying home a lot. Today though, I have had kind of a productive morning. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, and I spent the morning filming a couple of videos. They took longer than usual to film because the light is really shifty today and I had to like wait for clouds to pass the sun by, but I managed to do that, so that's something. For the rest of the day though, the plan is to just chill. I'm gonna do some reading. I just started a new book and then I'm going to play some Animal Crossing, of course. But before we do any of that, I thought I would make waffles. I just really feel like making waffles. I think probably because it was like International Waffle Day or something earlier this week, so I kept seeing waffles everywhere and now I can't stop thinking about them, so I'm just gonna make some. So I don't really know, but I feel like waffles are very often, they're very similar everywhere you go, but at least this is how I make it. You need sugar, flour, milk, baking powder, you need melted butter, a little bit of salt, and then eggs. And then I've got some cinnamon here that I thought I might add because I usually do that. And then I have some creme fraiche because, I don't know, I feel like adding a little bit of it makes a little bit of a difference. I feel like they're better than. Usually I add sour cream, but I don't have any sour cream. I only have this, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this too. It's not difficult to make at all. You literally put all of the dry ingredients in a bowl and then you add like the milk little by little. You stir it together and that's kind of it. Alright, so I've made the waffles now and I'm getting ready to eat them. But I kind of want to tell you about something that Norwegians often eat on waffles and on like bread that I don't think is I don't think it's a thing anywhere else, and it's brown cheese. So brown cheese is, I don't actually know what it is. I think it's goat's cheese. It's made from something that's left over from another sort of process, and then they like add something to it and it becomes this like brown cheese thing. It's kind of weird. It's one of those things where I feel like if you've grown up with it, you probably like it, but if you haven't, it might take some getting used to when you first eat it, I feel. I kind of feel like it's the same as Marmite. I've never had Marmite, but I've heard that Marmite is one of those things that you either love or you hate. I feel like brown cheese is kind of the same. It's really difficult to explain what it tastes like, and the taste depends on where you get it from. Like the one that I have is one of the most like common brown cheeses. It's made from one of the biggest dairy companies in Norway, and it's relatively, to me, it's a relatively mild brown cheese, but I've had other types that are very different. We actually used to get this weird type of brown cheese when we went on summer vacation and visited my family on the west coast, and we drove all across the mountain. So that takes like 8 hours, and there was usually a place that you could stop and buy this locally made brown cheese. And I remember not loving that as much as like the regular one. Like that is very different. So the taste really depends, I think, on the type of cheese that you eat. And there's also like a variety that's made for kids that's very, very mild. But I would say it's kind of sweet, but also savory. And I read somewhere that it's sort of like a caramel flavor. Now, I don't really think it tastes like caramel to me. It just tastes like brown cheese, but maybe that's like the closest thing you can compare it to. It's a very, very Norwegian thing though, and like, oh, brown cheese on waffles with a little bit of jam, which is what I'm gonna eat now, is just, it's so good. Now, this is the sack of waffles that I made. It looks delicious and it smells really good too, but the cheese is this. You can kind of see what it looks like on the side here. Like, it doesn't look very appetizing now that I'm showing it to you, but I love this. And I'm gonna have this with a little bit of raspberry jam. So I just took a slice to taste it because I thought that if I did that, I could maybe explain to you what it tastes like. I can't describe it, like I don't know how to describe it, but this is what it looks like. And it's a pretty soft cheese, I guess, and you just slice it with this thing, which is a cheese slicer, I guess. I don't know what this is called in English, actually, but you use this to slice cheese, and then you put it on the waffle. So I'm gonna go and eat my waffles and my weird-ass cheese now, and I think I might watch some YouTube while I'm eating. I think I saw that Lena Norms had uploaded a new video and I haven't watched it yet, so I think I'm gonna go do that while I'm eating. I think after that I'm gonna play some Animal Crossing because I haven't played it today and I really want to, and then I'm gonna do some reading, so I'll probably talk to you then. So I just went to check my mailbox and I found something very exciting because I got this box from Books That Matter, which is like a book subscription service. I did know that this was coming because I got an email from them recently and they just asked like maybe we can do some work together, and I thought that sounded great. So they're based in the UK and these boxes focus on women's writing, which is kind of why I was so interested in it. And I took a look at all their previous boxes and all of them looked amazing. So I'm really excited to have this. I have taken a little peek inside, but I'll show you what's in there. I love the design of this box, by the way. It got a little bit like smashed in the mail, but I really, really like this. I also really like that there are like books in here. I mean, it's just like a little detail, but I really like it. So you get like a little information thing, and the theme of this box, which is the March box, is Votes for All Women, which is really cool. So it says, being the month of International Women's Day, we wanted to bring you a box and a theme that would truly reflect the power of women when they came together for change. The women's suffrage movement is a hugely inspiring part of feminist history, and we are excited to empower you with more knowledge of it and provide an intersectional perspective. All of the boxes, by the way, I mean, it's kind of the same with most subscription book boxes. You get a book, and then you get like some literary stuff that sort of goes along with the theme. And I'll show it to you, and I'll try to link to like the people who make the things down below, because I'm pretty sure all of them are women and they're like small independent companies. I'll show you all of the little things first and then the book last. The first thing in here is this thing, which has a very noisy bag, but it has a bookmark that says "Deeds Not Words." This is pretty cool. I really like this. I actually do use bookmarks, so it's always nice to have more. And then the next thing is these. It looks like little posters, I guess. And then on the back here, I guess there's information about these people. So all of these women are suffragettes, and on the back here you can read a little bit about them, which is really cool. We've also got this sticker sheet, which is really cool, and I am 99% sure that this is from Literary Emporium, because I'm pretty sure I have this on a t-shirt. If not, it's like very, very similar, but I'm pretty sure it's like from the same place. The last thing of like little gifts in here are these notebooks, and one says, "I incite this meeting to rebellion," and the other one says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And these are blank, so maybe I should like try to draw a little bit in these. I have this idea that I want to try and get better at calligraphy, so maybe I'll try that in here. The last thing in the box is the book, and it is Things a Bright Girl Can Do by Sally Nichols. And I'm actually really excited about this because I have had my eye on this, and I've almost bought it before, but for some reason I just never got around to actually getting it. So yeah, I don't remember what this is about, but I'm assuming it has something to do with like suffragettes. It says on the back here that it's set in 1914 and the world stands on the edge of chance, but women still have no vote. And I think we follow 3 women and they're all suffragettes. And then it says something here about 2 of them being in love. So maybe there's like a lesbian relationship in here, which if that's the case, that's really cool. I'm really excited to give this a go. I really haven't read a lot of books about suffragettes, fiction or nonfiction, so I think that's gonna be cool. And yeah, I really like all the stuff I got in here, maybe especially the bookmark and the stickers. Like, I wonder where I'm gonna put these, but I need to find a good spot. I'll link to the website in the description so you can check them out if you want to. I think they're a really cool company. Like, usually I'm not that into a lot of subscription boxes because a lot of them focus on YA. So I think that this is cool that it's like female writers and it's mostly adult fiction. So check them out if you want to. I am gonna go play some Animal Crossing now because I kind of spent the last hour and a half just in a YouTube hole, which happens all of the time. But yeah, it's time to go check on my island. So it's been a little while now, and I thought it was maybe time to do some reading, so I thought I would show you what I'm currently reading, and it is The Confessions of Franny Langton by Sarah Collins. This is a historical fiction novel, and I'm only like 30 pages in, and so far we have met a woman who is on trial for murdering the people that she works for, and she's in London in 1826, and she is basically sitting down to write her story, and I think she's doing that to her lawyer or something. So the first chapter is just to sort of establish that she is on trial and she has been accused of murdering these people. It seems like she doesn't remember if she has or not. And then the second chapter it starts off with her, where she comes from. I suddenly got a little bit, I don't remember what island it is, but I'm pretty sure it's in the Caribbean. She is a slave, or she was a slave. I don't think she was where she ended up in London, but we're sort of reading about her childhood now, and so far this is pretty good. I do generally really enjoy this type of historical fiction, and so far I really like the writing. I have seen that this doesn't have great ratings on Goodreads though, So I'm interested to see what I'll make of it. So far though, I really like it. So I think I'm just gonna try and read a little bit in this. I might play some Nintendo in between here. I am trying to catch this particular fish in Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing follows the actual calendar, and there are certain types of bugs and fish that you can only catch in certain months. And apparently there's a fish that's gonna disappear when March is over, and it won't be back until December. So I thought I might try and catch it since it's still March. So yeah, I might try to do that a little bit too, but mostly I'm gonna read. I am aware, by the way, that being obsessed with trying to catch a particular virtual fish is kind of ridiculous. It's been a little while now, and I have just been reading in this for maybe an hour, and I'm still really enjoying it. They're in Jamaica, by the way. I think I said before that I didn't know what island they were on. They're on Jamaica. I think the next part of the story is in England, though, so I'm excited to keep reading. I do think that I'm going to put this book down now, though. I'm not like really in a reading mood, to be honest. I think I'm going to watch an episode of Killing Eve because I'm rewatching the second season because the third season is coming out in like a week or two, and I'm really excited about it, but I kind of forgot what happened in the second season, so I just kind of felt like watching it again. And I feel like that's a show that you can watch again, at least I can, because I think it's so good. I also kind of feel like just crocheting a little bit. I don't know if I've said this before, I think I have, but I love crocheting, I love knitting, and I'm currently making like a blanket for my bed, and I'm almost finished. So I kind of feel like just doing that a little bit. So I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you're all doing okay. I know things are still really weird around the world, and I'd love to know what you guys are doing at home these days to entertain yourself, and what you're watching and what you're reading, and I will see you soon. Bye.